Well, Doug, here we are once again for Talk Time. This episode is called Christgiving. It's kind of like a Christmas Thanksgiving episode. So instead of saying Thanksgiving or Christmas, we'll just call it Christgiving.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So,
Did you come up with that all by yourself?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It's pretty amazing how my mind works. I thought of a few different things, and off the top of my head, I can't think of what some of the other ideas I came up with, but I thought, wow, for the holiday season, shouldn't we be giving a little bit of Christ away to everyone? After all, we are celebrating his birthday. We are, not everybody out there, but we are. And we should just give a little bit of him away to everybody we run into, so.
That's truly what it's all about.
Yeah.
Not only at Christmas.
That's true. Could be all year long, huh? But first I wanted to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving because we had just had Thanksgiving. And we always have a nice Thanksgiving. Usually the family comes in and gets to sit around the table. We eat, we tell crazy stories, we laugh. We're a very loud family, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, if you've ever seen any of the pictures on Facebook, you
Or little videos.
have seen
Yeah,
how
yeah.
loud we are. But yes,
We are a loud family.
We are a loud family.
And you know, this year though we were blessed with the birth of another grandchild, Yara Bell Mayu. Yara Bell. And she is such a blessing. But this Thanksgiving, Kimberly and the baby were in the hospital. She was born on the 20th, and I don't think Kimberly left till the day after Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were in for a little extra time. Yep, so we did have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I thought it might be fun to talk about a little bit of trivia and see if you guys out there know the answers, Doug, but if you might be able to know the answers. So here are some little trivia questions I didn't come up with. The internet did.
You wouldn't have had to tell us that. We just would have thought.
Yeah, no, you know I don't
were
know
good.
that much. Yeah. Which president was the first to give a turkey a presidential pardon?
Johnson.
It says Ronald Reagan.
Really?
It says John F. Kennedy was the first president on record for unofficially sparing a turkey in 1963. That was the year you were born.
I was born.
Yeah. But it wasn't until the Reagan administration in 1987 that a turkey was given an official presidential pardon as a joke.
How about that?
Despite it being a joke, the turkey was spared and put into a petting zoo. In 1989, George H. Bush made it an annual tradition, and each president following him has carried on that tradition.
How about that?
Pretty neat, huh? What are turkey chicks called? You might know this. I don't, because I don't know anything turkey. And if you're out there, don't be looking at your phone. See if you can guess it first.
Boy, I should know that.
You should. You grew up with your grandparents on a farm, or you didn't
We didn't
literally
raise
live with
turkeys.
them. Oh, okay. You played in the cow muck. Huh?
I knew a few turkeys.
Yeah. Okay. Nah, your time's up. Poults, P-U-L-T-S, or turklings, like turkey lings.
I want to know that.
Okay. What is the wobbly red piece of flesh on top of the beak of a turkey? Would that be on top of the beak or under the beak?
Well, call it the beard, don't you?
A snood. A snood. S-N-O-O-D, the red bit of flesh under. Okay. What is the wobbly red piece of flesh on top of the beak? Okay.
I think it kind of goes over the beak and droops down.
That's okay. So now they're saying the red bit of flesh under the beak is called a wattle. W-A-T-T-L-E.
Huh.
Aren't these some interesting facts? What are most turkey feathers used for after the turkey is plucked? I found this fascinating.
Pillows.
No.
Hat bands.
No, that's good, but no. Anything else before I tell you?
Turkey feathers.
Pillows, that would be good.
Quill pens.
Well, ooh, quill pens. Yeah, because everybody uses quill pens, huh? Animal feed. Feathers from birds like turkeys and chickens are ground up and used as protein in animal feed. Feathers are made up of keratin, which is ruminant animals such as cows are able to digest. Do you think that's true? I found it on the internet, so I'm
Has
not
to
gonna-
be true
It
if
has
it's
to
on
be
the internet.
true.
Hmm.
What state raises the most turkeys? Oh, this is gonna be hard. I mean, you know. Do you know?
Mm,
Just take a wild guess.
Missouri,
No, but it does begin with an M.
Montana.
No, close.
Maine.
No,
Missouri, Maine.
Minnesota.
Huh.
With 41 million turkeys raised in 2015, Minnesota tops the charts for turkey production. Next up is North Carolina with 31 million raised. Then Arkansas comes in third with a whopping 27.5 million turkeys. Now this is some interesting stuff right here.
That's a lot of fertilizer in it.
Yeah. What animal did the Native Americans bring to the first Thanksgiving? It wasn't no turkey.
I'm going to say a deer.
Very good. Venison. Deer or venison. After they arrived, some of the Native Americans went out hunting and brought back 5 deer to give to the governor, the captain, and others. Do you think we would starve today if we had to go hunting for our food?
Some would.
I would. I would. What food was present at the first Thanksgiving but is rarely eaten at Thanksgiving now?
Corn.
No, corn is still eaten. Corn, rarely. People eat corn all the time.
All right, well,
Think of something else.
squash.
No.
Watermelons.
Yeah, that would be it. Seafood. Seafood. Because Plymouth Colony relied heavily on fishing, there was plenty of seafood at the first Thanksgiving. Who knows this stuff? How does the internet know this stuff? Were they at the first Thanksgiving?
Well,
I think
I'll
not.
be sure to keep this in my memory banks because I'm sure it'll come up tomorrow
It
somewhere
will.
in conversation.
Uh-huh. What decade was the green bean casserole? That is a Thanksgiving staple in many households. What decade was it first created? Who first came up with thought, hey, we're going to have a green bean casserole?
I'd say in the 50s.
You're right. Very good.
Did I get it? How
You
about
got
that?
it. In the 1950s, specifically though, in 1955.
How about that?
Yeah, amazing. In what century were the first pumpkin pies as we know them made? We decided, hey, I'm going to have a pumpkin pie.
What century?
What century? So it's telling you it's just not
Old.
this. Yeah.
I don't know.
The
It's
17.
1700s, yeah.
Well, the 17th century is actually, it says the 1600s. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Although the pumpkin pie is native to North America, the pumpkin pie was actually first made in England and Europe. And it wasn't until the 19th century that pumpkin pies, as we know them, started showing up in American cookbooks. Interesting stuff. That stuff we're not going to pass. I think that was it on that one there. But there was a couple here that I found interesting. Let's see. Just a couple more. This I found interesting. About 46 million turkeys are cooked for Thanksgiving each year. It's a tradition after all. And on Christmas, 22 million families host an encore with another turkey. And that's us. We'll have another turkey on Christmas. And those are usually, Thanksgiving and Christmas are usually the only 2 times a year that we make turkey.
Yeah, but we have it 3 times because we have Thanksgiving, then we have the feather Christmas party here.
Oh,
where you
yeah.
make turkey
That's
again,
true.
which was just past Sunday, and then we'll have turkey again.
Well, we'll have it at your mom's, and then we'll also have it at my mom's.
So that'll be like 5 times?
4.
5.
Wait, yeah. Well, now, Thanksgiving, the party we just had, your mom's and my mom's, and I won't make another turkey then, because I'll have made plenty. So, yeah.
Yeah. You want to eat turkey? I'll give you some.
I think we only got a couple more. Oh, this was interesting. Only male turkeys actually gobble. Did you know that? What does a female turkey do?
They just talk all the time.
Well, listen to what a female turkey do. Female turkeys, they cackle.
Cackle.
They cackle, and I looked up
Well,
what the
that
word.
sounds about right, yeah.
I looked up what the word cackle meant. It says a hard, raucous sound when laughing. I don't think, you know, you hear people, you say, oh, they're cackling. You know, they mean they're laughing, but cackle, it's almost, you know, like a degrading, you know, a female cackles, a male gobbles.
What's gobble mean?
I didn't look it up. Well, probably eat food. Maybe they just a gobble food. I don't know.
That's probably turkey for keep your beak shut.
Yeah. This is something too. The Butterball Turkey line answers almost 100,000 calls each season. Why would you even call Butterball? For what?
You'd think you would figure that out after a while.
Well, the thing is, you only have to, if you look at the directions, you put water in a pan and you can put a little butter on top and pretty much that's it. You pop it in the oven. You take out the stuff if you don't want the neck and everything in there, but
Well, probably 90% of those are men who are cooking the turkey for the first time. If you weren't here and I had to cook a turkey, I wouldn't know how to cook a turkey.
just look at it says it right on the thing. Okay.
You take the plastic off first, or you leave
You
it?
do, yeah. This is interesting. There are 4 places in the country named Turkey. And that's interesting. The U.S. Census has identified another 4 called Cranberry, and my sister used to live in Cranberry, and a grand total of 34 dubbed Plymouth. An estimated 50 million pumpkin pies are eaten on Thanksgiving. But according to the American Pie Council, more Americans prefer apple pie overall. Pumpkin pie comes in second place.
Amen.
Yeah. Okay. And Black Friday is the busiest day of the year for plumbers. Thanks to all the food we gobble up on Thanksgiving, Roto-Rooter reports that kitchen drains, garbage disposals, and yes, listen to this one, toilets require more attention the day after Thanksgiving than any other day of the year. Now those are some interesting things to think about. And hopefully all of you will know these the next time. If we redo that next year, we'll see how good your memory is.
We're here to enlighten you.
Yeah. All right, Doug. We're going to have Santa here. He's going to announce the winner.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be coming in here and he'll be telling us that. But in the meantime...
How far ahead do you have to schedule him to come?
Oh, well, I had to get... What it was last year after we had our Thanksgiving celebration, I actually had to schedule him before Christmas last year.
Wow.
For this year. So I've already had him on the schedule for well over a year because he is one busy man.
Oh, that's quite amazing.
Yeah, so we're going to have him draw the winner here in just a minute. And then after he draws the winner, then we're going to go over some of the stories that people sent in. So, Santa?
Well, he flew that far. You better keep him here a while.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll let Santa go over a few things. So. But, yep, we're going to turn it over to Santa now, just to draw the winner's name.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Here I am. I made it down to Bedford, Pennsylvania. I almost missed this appointment. Mrs. Claus was making cookies today, and I was in the kitchen. Then I realized I had an appointment that was made over a year ago to be here with Mrs. and Mr. Miller to promote their talk time. I understand I'm supposed to draw a name?
That would be right, Santa.
Okay. And what are they going to be winning?
A $25, they have their choice of a $25 Amazon or Walmart gift card.
Okay, nothing from my workshop, huh?
Well, you know what? Some of the stuff you put in those stores is from your workshop.
I don't think we make gift cards.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Santa.
That's okay. Okay. And the lucky winner tonight is Melissa Mulholland.
Woo, Melissa!
All right.
All
Well,
right,
Merry
Melissa.
Christmas to you. And I'm sure Mrs. Miller will give you all the details on how to redeem your prize this evening.
Santa, would you like to say anything else before you head on back to the North Pole?
Oh, it's a long ride. Do you have any cookies?
What's up with you and cookies?
Well,
Santa?
you know, I'm a little thin and Christmas is coming up. I need to put on as many pounds as I can.
That's true. Well, Santa, though, you're going to be hanging around a little bit because we're going to have you read the Christmas story and maybe help us close in prayer.
I would love to do that.
Okay, thank you, Santa.
Merry-
Well, that's pretty darned exciting. Melissa will let you know how to go about getting the gift card. We'll get in contact with you and we'll talk to you about either mailing you or when we see you next time, and maybe we'll see you at the upcoming Christmas party. But you can have your choice of a $25 Amazon or Walmart gift card, and we'll be getting in contact with you. So that's great.
Great.
So I'm going to read a few, and you can, well, you didn't look over these, but I had looked over these. Some of these
My
family-
job is to sit here and look pretty.
Yeah, he's just the eye candy, ladies. Right there he is.
It's one big bowl of candy.
Oh, my. So, Doug, we have some wonderful Christmas traditions, but I'm going to read some of these first. Some of the ones, some people they get together and have breakfast together. Some stories have told me about how they start the day off with a family breakfast, and then they'll open their gifts. Some have told me that when the grandparents used to always, and that's the way it always was with us, the grandparents always had it. But then, as the grandparents get older and they downsize the house, they can't keep quite up with that, then usually the younger generation starts to start
Take
their
over.
own tradition and start taking over. So, but the one main thing that topped everything, next to Jesus, you know, the people that would have been putting these Christmas things into us, most all of them would have been Christians. And of course, Jesus was the reason for the season for them. But also the main thing was family. Getting together with family was the top thing. That was the main theme in a lot of these. But a few of these had some interesting traditions.
I'm anxious to hear them.
I'm sure you are. For the Christmas traditions, every Christmas Eve, this family must watch Chevy Chase Christmas. And they still find it hilarious, just as if they're watching it for the first time. Chevy Chase Christmas.
How about that?
Do you remember that show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we lots of times will have the Christmas story.
Yeah.
It just kind of, it's like on for 24 hours. It's just kind of in the background there, but that doesn't matter how many times you see that show. It's still funny. One person here, of course, their family, Jesus, but grandkids. They have grandkids are awesome. And we find grandkids to be pretty darned awesome, too.
Yeah, our Christmases will get a little bit different here since our grandkids are
Yeah.
up and coming.
Yeah, yep. This is a good one. Every year we opened a Christmas gift on Christmas Eve and attended Christmas Eve church services. Until my grandmother passed away, our grandparents would stay the night. So every Christmas Eve, these grandparents would come and stay. But they didn't get along. So instead of hearing Santa, I would hear them arguing where to put the presents. And they actually had that was one of their favorite memories. You know, now you could sit back and think, you know, at that time you'd be thinking, Grandma, you know, get along. But now that is a memory. They also told me of a friend that their tradition was to not decorate anything till Christmas Eve, and then they'd take everything back down like 2 days later.
Wow.
That-
But the whole family decorated.
I guess so. You know, that's kind of a special time together. I think it's a lot of work for that, but that could be a special memory of, you know, doing it all together. When I was a kid, I really don't think we decorated as early as we do here. I'm thinking it was more like a week before Christmas. I know it wasn't anywhere like at the beginning of Christmas, because back then everybody pretty much had real trees.
Yeah, I would say 1 or 2 weeks before Christmas is when we put our tree up, if I remember correctly. And we probably wouldn't decorate quite as soon, but we always have the feather Christmas party on the first Sunday in December.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
we usually decorate the last week of November.
yeah. That's true. We have to decorate sooner than we
Right.
normally would. But when you have fake trees anymore, you could decorate and let the trees up all year long and just change the decorations on for.
I know somebody who does that. They have a tree up all year long and they just change the decor.
Yeah. I had one person here said one of their favorite things was Christmas, was the music. That they've been singing their whole life, and nothing is as magical as the Christmas music. And music, they have here like the acoustic version of Mary Did You Know during Christmas Eve service, or performing Handel's Messiah, or singing Christmas songs in the car. Music has a way of touching us.
Well, music touches you quicker than a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah.
Emotionally too. It
Oh,
brings
yeah.
out all kinds of emotions.
Yeah. This one here, she remembers as a kid on her mom's side would get together on Christmas Day and have dinner, play cards, pass out gifts, and the grandparents died. So when they died, that part of Christmas died too. So now they get together with like a church family home for brunch on Christmas Day, and this will be the 5th year. One thing we do have to remember is that a lot of people are lonely on Christmas because their cherished memories of the people they love, because family is so dear and important, people do start to pass on, and your traditions do change, and a lot of people are missing their spouse or children or whatever, but Christmas can be a lonely time for people. This is a nice one. Several years ago, they started having a Christmas breakfast so that no one would have to be in the kitchen all day long.
I like that idea.
I like that
I
idea
think we're going to have
too.
to talk to the kids.
But no, we've had years where you have cooked a breakfast.
Yeah, but I don't think we've ever had everybody here for breakfast.
No, it
That's
would have just been when the kids were actually hanging out.
while they were still here.
Yeah, while they were still here. But
Then
to
I
actually,
had to make breakfast.
that wouldn't have been, like now we don't invite the whole family over for breakfast. But heck, your mom does lunch, so we're good with that. Let me see here. There was this one here, another thing. When I was younger, I loved our Christmas Eve candlelight service. It ended with Silent Night, one of my favorite songs. Silent Night, when we raise that candle at the end of the last verse, that touches my heart. And as a child, you want to get home so Santa can come, but as an adult, you hope that all families can have a visit from Santa. As an adult, you see that not every child is blessed with the joy of Christmas, and even though Christmas really isn't about Santa and gifts, but it is we love to give gifts to our children. We love to see their eyes light up, and we want every child to experience that magical time. It's just so exciting. I can just remember us going to Christmas Eve services and being so excited knowing that Santa...
Oh, we couldn't wait to go to bed, actually.
That Santa was coming. Oh, boy. And wasn't a little bit of the magic gone when you found out Santa wasn't real?
Yep.
And then when you got older, then you turned around and you appreciated Jesus. When you grow up, you enjoy the fantasy of Santa when you're a little kid, but when you grow up, then you enjoy the true meaning of Christmas, which is
your
Jesus.
excitement turns different directions. As a kid, you were excited as a kid to get up and have all that magical stuff happening, but then as a parent, it's fun to get up and see your kids enjoying
just
that
light
part
up.
of it.
Yeah, just light
even
up.
though they would be in at 4 o'clock in the morning to wake you up.
Yeah.
It's still a magical thing to see your own kids having that excitement.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to read one more, Doug, and this one kind of wraps up the whole meaning of Christmas. So, it says, for me, the true climax of the Christmas season is Christmas Eve. The baking, the decorating, the shopping and wrapping, making our lists, checking them twice, watching giddy children as they excitedly fight sleep, the beauty and solemnity of the Christmas Eve service, and hearing the beautiful old story of our Savior's birth once again. And then gathering at our home for the traditional shrimp meal. Shrimp, we said seafood was one of the Thanksgiving, but yeah, this is Christmas. Traditional shrimp meal, eating until we bust. The aroma of seafood filling the house, with the children now grown and gone, creating their own sweet memories, and our parents now gone. Each memory brings with it tears and laughter. There are just too many things about this wonderful, most blessed season to name just one favorite.
that does wrap it up pretty much.
Yep.
We all feel that way to a certain degree.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody has their own family traditions, their own family memories, but one of my favorite memories is going to the candlelight service and hearing the story of Jesus' birth, singing Silent Night at the end while raising the candle, and just, it was just a wonderful time. And back then, we didn't have early candlelight services. They were at
Always
11 o'clock, so we stayed up. So when we left the church, it was Christmas Day. It was Christmas Day, and that was just a wonderful thing.